Hello, my Messiah friends, on this Good Friday, and indeed it is a Good Friday because of what Jesus accomplished on our behalf on this day. I am here to invite you to participate in a special little devotional challenge for this Good Friday. Growing up, I can often remember my father disappearing for hours on Good Friday, and once I got a little older, asking, "Where do you go and what is that all about?" And come to find out that he was reading the various different gospel accounts of Jesus' death and crucifixion, and doing it in various places around town in order to bring that story more to life. And so on a day when we can't gather together and worship in person, I'd invite you to take this little challenge with me to read several of the gospel accounts at several different times today and in several different places. So starting today at noon would be the first opportunity where you could gather outside and go for a walk, maybe sit in your garden. I'm in our memorial garden right now, taking in the beauty around, and to open up to John chapter 17 and reading the first part where Jesus is in the garden and he is praying for himself and us and on his behalf. And so step one, if you can do it at these times, that's great. Otherwise, just maybe find another period of time today to do this. And so the first step is noon, praying in the garden, taking a look at John chapter 17. Well, I have moved on to the kitchen, and maybe at 3 o'clock today or some other time that works out, you could take a moment and head into your kitchen to read the next section, which is John chapter 19, starting at verse 17. And in this, we get a look at Jesus saying, "Here is mother and son, I thirst, and it is finished." And the sitting in your kitchen, maybe grabbing a drink, a beverage of some sort, and enjoying that while reading John 19:17. I don't know about you, but one of the places that I most remember and think about my grandmother and my mother is in the kitchen, because I have so many memories of baking with them and doing things like that. And so the kitchen is a place where, as we gather together and we're refreshed, when we're hungry, we grab something out of the fridge. And when we're thirsty, we grab something out of the refrigerator or get some water. And it's a reminder of kind of the comforts and the things that Jesus was giving up. So I'd invite you to read around 3 o'clock, whenever that works, that next section, John 19:17, in a kitchen somewhere. At 5 p.m., our Good Friday worship service goes live, and so we would encourage you at 5 o'clock to gather together around your screen and worship together. If that time doesn't work for you, feel free to watch that anytime after that or first thing Saturday morning, and to experience that worship. If you are following our noon, 3, and 7 time frames, at 7 o'clock, the next step in our Bible reading would be taking a look at Luke chapter 23, starting at verse 32. And this is the section where they cast lots for Jesus' clothing. He asks for that Father forgive them. Tells the thief on the cross, "Today you'll be with me in paradise," and ultimately gives up his spirit. And so taking a look at Luke 23, starting at verse 32, and I would invite you to do this from your bedroom, in full view of your closet, where you can be thinking of everything that Jesus was stripped of. Maybe have the lights turned down a little bit lower in your bedroom. It's later if you're doing this at 7 o'clock, and so some of the light is starting to disappear. And so enough light that you can still read the section of Scripture, but maybe starting to get towards more of that darkness. And I don't know about you, some of my most fervent prayers are at night and right before going to sleep, and decompressing from the day, and then that idea of Jesus just extending in those last minutes forgiveness to other people and willingly giving up his spirit. And so I would just invite you throughout today, this Good Friday, if you're looking to enhance your devotional life and to look a little bit deeper at these parts of the crucifixion and passion story, to maybe invite you to change it up a little bit by your location and where you read it, and see if that will enhance your reading and what Jesus has to teach you, and also has an ability to grow deeper in our understanding and appreciation for what it is that Jesus did on our behalf, so that we don't have to experience death and abandonment and suffering because he did for us. So I hope that you have a blessed Good Friday. We will be in touch again tomorrow, Saturday, with an activity and devotional experience to try, as well as Easter Sunday. So blessings, my Messiah friends. Bye.